Good morning, everyone. Peace upon you all by the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. How are you, girls? I hope you are all okay, inshallah. Today is Thursday, 26th of November 2020, 11th of Rabi al Akhir 1442. Today we are going to talk on click onto very different languages. We are going to work on student book, page 36. Please open this page. We are going to work on it. Write the date and the day up, please. We have to accomplish these important outcomes to learn the use of English as an international language. Is English language global language? Is it international language? We are going to read now to figure out this idea. Okay, the main idea or the whole idea of this text about this issue, that is English is an international language. Okay, first of all, look at your book. We have click onto very different languages. We have international cultural knowledge, the title, English as an international language. Now we have questions on the board. We are going to read them, and we have on your book, work with a partner and discuss these questions. Number one, what do you think the countries marked on the map have in common? What do you think? We're going to answer this one. Two, in the text you are going to read, they call English the world's language. Okay? Why do you think they call it this? Deal? Now, before we start, we are going to read inside information. This information about what? About the writer who wrote this text. Okay? His name is Bill Bryson. Is an American writer who is very popular in Britain. His books include travel books, Notes from a Small Island is about Britain, biographies, Shakespeare, The World as a Stage, and Science, a short history of nearby everything. Okay, these are the works of this writer. Stay with me, please. Before we begin, look at the title, very different languages. What do they mean by that? We are going to deal with names of languages. Okay, for example, we have Mandarin from China. We have Arabic language, it's our language. We are native speakers because we are Arab. We are here in Jordan. Okay, do you think that if we don't have any common language, we can communicate with each other if we have different language? I think maybe we can communicate through maybe sign language or our hands or whatever, but I think that we have to find a language that we can communicate with each other easily. Okay, so that's why we are going to find, is really English a global language? If you want to travel from one country to another, do you use this country, the country that you are going to go to, their language, for example, the Chinese, for example, or whatever, or you are going to use a language that is common between you and the other country that you are going to visit. Okay, of course, our first or primary language here in Jordan or in the Arab world is the Arabic, while the Canada, Australia, USA, the Caribbean, most of these places, their primary language is what is English. Okay, I want to ask this question. We are going to face it here. Do you think that the English language is only for the English people, or it's global, everyone can use it? Of course everyone. It's not just only for the English people. No, it's a language. Okay, everyone can use this language. Deal? Now we're going to read this question on the board because we are going to read them through the article or the text. First of all, is English an international language? We are going to figure it out through our reading. Does the English language belong to the English? I think we are going to answer it here, inshallah. What is the lingua franca of business, science, education, whatever? And we have what is the discourse language. We are going to learn about this one. And if you have some, if you want, now we are going to start with the word poster. This word poster will help you to understand the words or to understand the whole idea of the text. Okay, of course, the main idea in this text is how is English as an international language used in all over the world. Okay, deal? Now, first of all, we're going to read word poster. Match the words with the definitions. We have native speaker. What does it mean, native speaker? I think it's what? Is it spoken or written language? Somebody who speaks a language from birth. Yes, it's native speaker. Yeah, it means that this person speaks the language, his language that he talks from birth since he was born. Okay, so we're going to write number 1 with B. Deal? Number 2, we have belong to. It means that this thing owned by someone, which goes to, yes, excellent, E, a part of something. E, a part of something. Number 3, airline. It's what? It's you know, like an organization or company that takes care, gives service for people who wants to travel from one place or country to another. We have goes with D, British Airways, Lufthansa or Liberia. Goes with number 3 with D. Okay, airline. Number 4, discourse. Discourse, it's what? I think discourse, it's the spoken and written language. Okay, like, you know, conversation, maybe it's in Arabic الحوار. Goes with A, spoken or written language. Number 5, setup, it means to begin or create. It goes with what? It goes with the number C. Okay, number 5, no, not this one here. Number 5 here. It is with C, yes. Number 6, factory. It's a building where you can make things. It goes with G. Number G, building, where people produce things. Number 7, alien. It means unusual or what? Or different from culture. Okay, which goes with number F. Okay, deal? Now, we are going to start our text. Now, the first question we are going to face: how many people speak English in the world? Can you guess this one? Well, like, this is a difficult question, okay? Why? Because so many people speak it in so many different countries, okay? It's not for English, for one place or one country, no. It's many people from different parts of the world, they speak English. Deal? Now, David Gradle is a British linguist. Linguist is the person who studies the linguistic, you know, how to pronounce علم الصوتيات يعني اللغوي, okay? Who wrote a study. This person wrote a study about English called English Next. Gradle says that there are approximately 450 million people, they speak English, or they are native speakers, they are native speakers English around the world. Okay, now in about 70 countries. Deal? Just to compare that with other language, if you want to compare the English language with the other language, like some people calculate that there are 88.5 million native speakers of Mandarin Chinese. Okay, but in the case of Mandarin Chinese, what happened? Well, like, people do not generally speak it outside China. That's why they only speak this language only inside China, while English you can use it or speak it inside or outside your country, or whatever China. Okay, this means that, like, at the moment, what happened? That means that it's not really a world language in the same way as English. Yes, because Mandarin inside China only, while English outside. Okay, outside the country itself. Now, it's not really a world language in the same way as English. As David Gradle tells us, there are probably 1 billion people learning English as their second language, and we are one of these billion people that they learn this language as a second language. Okay, now China alone produces over 20 million English speakers a year. Now, the English language does not just belong, okay, it's not part only for the English people, okay, to the English, as Bill Bryson shows in the text below, it belongs to the whole world. Yes, the English language, does not belong only for the English people. No, it belongs to the whole world. Yes, it is an international language. When you want to travel to a country, In the airport, you'll use English because most of people there, they speak or they use this language, okay? Because it's a global language. Deal? Now let's move to paragraph 1, 2. The next paragraph, okay? Now we have the world's languages. Look at me. Before we start, there is a question I forgot to answer here. Look at this one. The question says, what is this on the map? What is this, the thing in blue? I think they are the countries that their native speaker is, or they are the native speakers of English language, or their English language is their primary language, okay? Now, look at this one. Already, we're going to face some a little bit difficult words. Stay with me, please. Now, we have already Germans talk about ein image problem and das cash flow. They are, I think, they are words in Germany, okay? Italians program their computers with L software, okay? French motorists, they are drivers, do you know? French motorists going away for a weekend break, okay? Pause for fewer fueling stops. They stop to put fuel in their cars, okay? Austrians eat Big Macs, deal? And the Japanese go on pikonoko, which is in English means picnic, okay? Picnic. For better or worse, English has become the most global of language. The lingua franca, this is the question of what is the lingua franca of business, science, education, politics, and pop music for the airlines of 157 countries out of 168 in the world is what is the English language, okay? It is the agreed international the agreed international language of discourse, okay? The English language is the agreed, do you know agreed? All of the world, they agreed that to use this language as discourse language. Do you know discourse? We said the spoken and written language, okay? In Philippines and India, it's their official language. I think in India, they have many languages, but the only one that is official for them is the English language, okay? Now, in India, there are more than, look at this one, 3,000 newspapers in English, okay? When Volkswagen set up a factory in Shanghai, it found that there were too few Germans were in Shanghai, okay? What happened to them? There were too few Germans. What's wrong with them? Who spoke Chinese. Not all of the Germans spoke English, okay? Or yes, Chinese. Few of them spoke Chinese and too few, okay, Chinese who spoke German. Yani, both of them, they couldn't, communicate because few of them could speak this language or the Chinese language as to the German. And also the Japanese, few of them, they could speak the German language, okay? What did they do? What happened? Look at this one. So now Volkswagen, German engineers and Chinese managers communicate in a language. engineers from Germany والmanagers اللي هم المدراء from Japanese شو عملوا? They communicate كيف in a language that is alien. What do we mean by alien? If you remember, the alien means it's unusual or not from or from a different culture. So what happened? Look at this one. Of course, the alien language here. What do you think? Which one? Of course, it's the English language. Look at this one. Managers communicate in a language that is alien to both of them. What do you mean alien for both of them? Yani alien for the German. It's unusual for the German. And also unusual for whom? For the Japanese, the English language, of course. Now, English, look at this one. Belgium has two languages, French and Flemish, okay? Yet on Brussels, I counted more. He went to Brussels, do you know this one? It's a city, okay? I counted more than 50 posters and signs. And not one of them was in French or Flemish. They were all in English. This person, he says, when he went to Belgium, you know what this means, Belgium? It's Belgica, okay? Belgium. And the capital of it, I think Brussels. He counted from the airport to the place that he was going to sit in. He counted more than 50 posters and signs, and not one of them was in Belgium, or in French or Flemish. It was what? It was in English. That shows you that this language is global. This is what I want you to know from the beginning, and I want you to get this idea that the English language is a global language, is international language. If you go, or if you travel to another country and you don't speak English, you will have difficulty to describe or express what you want. For example, they take your passport or check in. What are you going to say? Please, no, not please. You don't know English, for example. ممكن play لو سمحت اعمل لي. You cannot. You have to learn their language so you can communicate. And the English language is the global one. You can communicate, you can go wherever you want, you can do and buy whatever you want, you can understand and communicate with others easily, okay? Now, I have to stop now. I'm going to clean the board and return back to you. Okay, girls? Stay with me. Now look at number 3, question 3. Now write the line numbers where you can find this information about English. Number 1. Many people are native speakers of English. Look at me at line 9. Look at this one. From 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gradle says that there are approximately 450 million native English speakers around the world. Okay? Line 9. Question 3. Question 3. 1. Line 9. Okay? Number 2, many people are learning English as a second language. Look at line 19 to 22. Look at this one. There are probably 1 billion people learning English as their second language. Yes, good job. Number 2, from line 19 to 22. Look at number 3. Other languages often use English words. Yes, we said about the German and the Japanese about the Pikonoko, if you remember. Look at line 26 to 33. Okay? From line 26 to 33. Number 4. Many companies and businesses use English. Yes, it's from line 36 to line 57. Look at this one, which is about lingua franca of business, science, education, politics, and pop music for the airlines and etc. Okay? As they said, they agreed international language of this course. From line 36 to 57. Okay? Now, if you travel or if you go anywhere or somewhere without learning or speaking English language, I think they were going to bring for you a translator or interpreter. He's going to interpret what do you say to the other side or to the other person, okay? So I think that you have to work on yourself and study well to learn this language. Deal? This is your green card to the world, I think. Now, read the text number 4. Again, why do these words or numbers appear in the text? We are going to do it orally, okay? We will not write on the board. We have Pikonoko. We said this word is a Japanese word, means picnic. They use it in Germany. Number 2, we have weekend break. What is it? It's French people use this, use English to say that they are going away for a weekend, okay? Now, we have 157. It's what? It's the world's, yes, 1 minute. For 157 of all worlds of 168 airlines, English is the agreed international language of this course. If you want to go on one of these airlines, you have to speak or use and use English. Deal? Number 4, Volkswagen. What's wrong with it? It's about they decide to use English as to communicate with each other. in Volkswagen, if you remember, we had the Japanese managers and the German engineers, so they had to communicate through the alien language, which is what was it? It was English language, okay? Number 5, Brussels airport. He said that when he reached the airport, from the airport to the place or the hotel that he was going to stay, he saw 50 posters and signs. None of them was in French or Flemish. They were all in English, okay? They were all in English. Number 6, 70. What is 70? I think it's the 450 million people, okay? Million, yes. There are native speakers around the world in about 70 countries, okay? 70 countries. Deal? Number 7, 450 million. Also, I said they are the native speakers in 70 countries. Deal? The last one, we have 3,000. What is it? This is 3,000, I think. Yes, 3,000 new papers. They are in India. They use the English language in their prints. Okay. Now, we have, look at this one in blue. Japanese people use this word, but it's really the English word picnic. Now, that's enough for today. I want to thank you so much. We had taken this text about the English language as a global language, as international language, and it is global language. Okay, we have accomplished our important outcomes. We discussed the use of English language as an international one, and we answered the word posters, the meaning of and the definitions of the word. Thank you very much for being with me today. May Allah bless you and your parents. Goodbye. See you inshallah next week. Goodbye.